All right, welcome back to SEGATHON 7. I'm Grimshins, and I'm going to be playing this strange little game called Baroque. It is a roguelike role-playing game dungeon crawler for the Sega Saturn. It was only released in Japan in 1998, but I'm going to be playing on a translation patch that was released couple years ago. Want to give a huge shout out to nervetower.neocities.org, which provided the material for the translation and has a whole bunch of background information on the game, which you should check out because this game is very, very lore dense, and we're not going to go over hardly any of it in the speedrun. So today, we're going to be doing the any percent category. There are two categories for this game, any percent and deathless. Turns out it's faster to die at several points in the game, so that's what we're going to be doing. First thing I'm going to do is up my brightness in the game settings a little bit just to make it a little bit easier to see, because the default setting's pretty dark. If we set it to 0.05, works a little bit better. All right, so let me just remove the data here. Gotta create some data. And in honor of SEGAthon 7, we're just going to name the game 7. Oh, and timer starts now. I forgot that it starts immediately when you hit end. So, yeah, can skip that cutscene there. I'm already off to a great start. I'm losing time. Anyway, we start off in the outer world, and the very first thing that we want to do in the outer world is kill ourselves. The way we do this is by letting ourselves get eaten by some floating fish, which are right over here. I hope there's more than one. Yeah, get 2 aggroed on me. Yeah, that'll be nice and quick. So as it turns out, this was not a real death. We were in a simulation the entire time. And right now they're just discussing, oh man, did this one die in the simulation? He's useless. Like, what the hell? They're talking about moving on to the next one, but it's like, oh wait, no. This one's stabilizing. It's fine. And all of that will make sense in the future, but we've got a while until it makes sense. He's already awake. And now we are back to the outer world. This time we are not going to have suicide by fish. We are going to talk to this guy, Archangel. He's asking if I remember anything, which of course I don't. He gives me this gun and says there's significance in me using it. So as a roguelike game, the map, enemy placement, item placement, all of that is randomized. which we can check out, as well as a few enemies that want to go ahead and get rid of for a free level up. All right, and what do we have so far? Let's just move on to the next floor. Our first run through the nerve tower here, our only real objective is on floor 12. Until that point, don't really need to do much of anything. The ID injection is extremely useful. That will identify any unidentified items. Evolution, also great, because that gives us a free level up. This is the Crypt Angel. You can throw items at him and get an item in return. Idiot is your basic healing item. Just heals a small amount of hit points. Nothing too spectacular. Okay. Man, I really need a weapon. My default fist attack is not so great. It's pretty slow. It's obviously quite weak. But it's enough for taking out some low-level enemies here. Oh. Alright, we're gonna make use of that idiot there. Brand obtained. We are going to wait until we have a few more unidentified objects before we use the ID serum here. Brands are objects you place on yourself that give you certain abilities, and they can be either extremely useful or nearly useless, depending on your luck. And boy, I am having some real marathon luck so far. No armor, no weapons, but extremely good luck with the exits, which is pretty excellent. Ooh, okay, Assault is an excellent worm when I infest myself with it. Get +2 to my attack, which is very good. Okay, we've got a couple of different brands now. I'm starting to think I probably want to use one of them, so now is a good time to use ID. Resurrection. Invincibility. Invincibility, you know what? That's a fine brand. It will give me temporary invincibility every time I enter a new floor. And let's see here. Also got some invincibility bones, which I do not want to throw at any enemies. But if I throw degeneration at the enemy there, that'll lower its defenses just a bit. I could really use some healing items. Now, on this floor in particular, I would very much like to find a switch that will turn off a furnace. That will impact the lower depths. Oh man, Guillotine is a very nice brand. It lets you do 2 attacks with a sword in quick succession. But overall, the invincibility is probably going to be better, and I would need an erasure brand in order to actually remove it. Ah, finally, a piece of armor. Wings, okay. This will prevent me from being poisoned. Your basic armor pieces are coats and wings. Uh, there is a lot of biblical imagery and stuff in the game, so uh, you've got characters referred to as angels and such, hence the wings. I'm going to go ahead and use this nutritive because I'm in desperate need of healing. Then going to equip cremation, which is a pretty good sword, has innate fire element. There are 3 different types of elements. There's fire, thunder, and ice, depending on which element you're using. Different enemies have different weaknesses. Fire is effective against things that would be likely to burn. And I already know where the exit is, and I've got evacuation, which will take me straight to the exit. So I'm going to explore a little bit, try to get some better items here. Revolution is interesting. It gives you the inverse. It inverts your health and your vitality. So if you use it when you're at low health, you get taken to high health, and vice versa. Cryosurgical is our ice type sword, so this is good. We've got multiple element type coverage. These enemies are rather annoying. Occasionally they'll turn around and fart and inflict darkness on you, which limits your visibility, which is quite annoying. These guys, if you just circle strafe around them, there's not too much they can do. And before you ask, yes, it is supposed to look like a penis. There is a lot of phallic imagery and yonic imagery in this game. That's why we're doing the late night. Okay, I don't think that I'm gonna find what I'm looking for on this level, so we're just gonna head for the exit. We're doing fine so far. I would really like to find some armor. And when the green grid is up, I'm invincible, so that's why I'm not taking any care to avoid any enemies. Oh, that's why. That sucks. That actually sucks a lot. So, that run is dead. We have to start a new one, because in proper roguelike fashion, when you die, it's game over. You restart from 0. So we just wasted however many minutes there, so rip estimate. Which sucks. It might not be completely blown, because my personal best is about a little over an hour, so as long as we didn't waste too much time, it's fine. But interestingly, the game assumes you're gonna die a lot, because all of the lore and story progression basically happens as you die. Like, the more times you die, more times you visit the nerve tower, you find out more about what is going on. See, already much better starts. We've got some good armor, we've got a good sword, we've got an ID bone, which is going to come in handy. I don't have anything that I want to give to Crypt Angel yet. Well, vulnerable, I can go ahead and get rid of that because that can unequip your gear when you open it up, which is obviously not good. Erasure, that's a brand to erase existing brands, which is good if you've already branded yourself, but you find a better brand. If only it were that easy in real life. Okay. Good location for the exit. And what do we have here? A nutritive. Fantastic. This is already a much better start than last time, so we've got that going for us. Since this is an early 3D first-person game, you move fastest by strafing while you're moving, because you get 2 vectors worth of speed instead of just 1. So that's why I'm strafing around everywhere. The good news is there should be a switch somewhere on this floor to turn off the furnace, which we want to do. Pattern ID is fine. It identifies patterns, which are little circular objects that appear on the floor. Some of them have good effects, others have bad effects. Okay, this is not the switch that turns off the furnace. This just opens up a door back here. The coffins are called torturers. They contain area of effect attacks, basically. They'll affect all enemies within a room. So as you get into the lower floors and are dealing with more enemies, you really want to be using those more than just your sword attack. Alright, that's Eliza. We want to talk to her, but we only want to talk to her on the 12th floor. Until we get to that point, she's kinda useless to us. And we've got the exit right here. I'm gonna check what's over to the east. Make sure that I didn't miss anything that'll be useful later down the line. And get some free experience in the process. I'll go ahead and top off my vitality and give myself a little bit of a max health increase. Gonna be trying to play it safe on these early floors. Okay. Cool. It's a very interesting game. Definitely one of the best on the Saturn. I would highly recommend checking it out. Okay, lucky. Pretty self-explanatory. Just raises our luck, which is what determines our rate of critical hits. Poison's not a great status. You take damage over time with it. But it's also very slow damage over time, so you can basically ignore it. Alright, let's... you'll eventually play this game to completion. That's good. You should. It's quite an experience. Don't try to speedrun it your first time through, because you'll be very confused. So, we've found the exit. Since we still have evacuation bones, we can return to there whenever we want. So do some more exploring. If I were to go absolute optimal speedruns, every time I found an early exit, I would take it. But really, that is not even remotely marathon safe. And this is just going to be... No, not a loop. Eyeball is an injection that will cure a couple of different types of status effects, darkness and lust. Both of which are bad for different reasons. Where's the exit? There it is. And once again, we'll be on the lookout for a furnace switch. The red devil-looking guys are very annoying. They can steal items from you. Obviously, that is bad, because they have a tendency to take your best items. Okay, I need to start doing some inventory management, so... I've got... Yeah, let's just identify all of our items right now. Okay, so we can consolidate some stuff, that's good. Evolution, we can raise our level by 1. Yeah, we're in much better shape here. Okay. This sword has a really high attack rating. That tells me that it's got some huge downsides. So I'm not going to equip it. What I am going to do, though, is infest my Vitality Sword here with Thunder. So now it'll do thunder damage, which is useful against the more metallic, kind of robotic enemies that'll be facing later on. Enduring, decent wings, slows down your vitality depletion. As long as you have vitality, you will heal HP over time, so that is extremely useful. Let's go ahead and just take out that guy before he can steal from us. Okay, you'll notice I bring up the map pretty frequently just to confirm which direction that I'm going, because there's no compass in this game. So this is kind of a type mismatch against this enemy. Ideally, you would want cold, I believe, against this one. Okay. And double check. No switches to be found. So we're gonna have to deal with some harder lower floors. That's okay. Got a couple of dickheads over here. Brand not obtained. That's fine. And let's go ahead and identify some stuff. Wave sometimes causes the swords to release a wave while attacking. That sounds cool, but it rarely happens. Fallen Angel. An unusually strong sword takes 5 damage with every swing. That can be useful later on, because as your health pool increases and as enemy health pool increases, if you can take less self-damage than you would receive just by fighting an enemy, then the math makes sense. But on the lower floors here, with the fairly squishy enemies, not really worth it. Oh, and got another ID bone, so that is good. I really don't want to fight the little balloon-headed toy boys there, because they're tough, and they have a tendency to explode. And they do a lot of damage when they explode. Speaking of a lot of damage, I am taking quite a bit. So I want to heal. I'm gonna throw an eyeball at this guy so he gets darkness, which is basically kind of like blindness. The way injections work is they will usually do something beneficial to you, like either cure poison or cure darkness. But if you throw them at an enemy, they will instead get the condition. So if you throw eyeball at an enemy, they'll be blinded, and so on. So, are there any useful looking items in this room? Not really seeing any. If you give Box Thing a box, he'll give you an item in exchange. I don't believe I have any boxes right now. Ooh, off to a great start. Since the floor layouts are randomly generated, oftentimes you are just guessing, trying to make the best decision with the information that you have at any particular moment. But things average out. Like, most any percent runs fall somewhere in the hour to hour and a half range. We're probably going to be looking at more than hour and a half here. Ah, fake wall. Hit it with our sword and watch it melt. I mean, Toothy Sonic kind of looks like he belongs in Baroque. He is thoroughly grotesque. Now, if I get myself into a really bad situation, on this particular run, I am allowed to use the Angelic Rifle, which will kill any enemy in one hit. It's only got 5 shots, so you don't want to waste them. And You know what? I'm never going to use pattern ID, so I'm just going to get rid of that. Heal is more useful. It heals everything in a room, including enemies, so not the best, but if I just, for instance, use it right now, no harm, no foul, because... Oh, I've been inflicted with lust. Lust basically makes it so everything, enemies, items, what have you, looks like a sexy woman. Which can be problematic, because you can't really tell what's what. Fortunately, we can use eyeball and cure that. Remove the beer goggles. Okay, ooh, AD is a very nice coat. Raises attack by 3, in addition to providing 2 defense. And I can probably just get rid of old and non-flammable. You can throw any item at enemies, and most of the time it'll do damage of some variety. Distorted. What does Distorted do? Prevents all ailments except for stomach aches and confusion. That's pretty good. We might keep that for lower floors. But in the meantime, I already have Thunder on my sword, so I'm not going to use this. But what I can use this is to infest this other worm to find out what it is, and it was also Thunder. Actually, no, it was Feather, so flies away with any item this infests. That's actually very good, because if I pick up a bad item that has the adhesive property, normally you cannot unequip it. But in that case, it flew away with what it was infested with. Let's see, what kind of wings do we have here? Antitoxin. Sure. Poison, not a huge problem. So silver's actually a fantastic attack bone. It's very rare and does that very cool flamethrower. And unfortunately... Oh! Okay. So I'm going to throw this rotten seed. The grotesque got a stomach ache for it. Yeah, let's go ahead and cure what ails us. And hope I can get around. Man, I'm getting a lot of thunder. Alright, we'll try a new direction. Let's try south. And good, the exit's in here. Carrion is very useful. It turns all enemies in the room into rotten meat. Now, the rotten meat isn't useful because if you eat it, you'll get a stomachache, which is a pretty bad debuff, but kills all the enemies in the room, which is extremely useful. Let's go ahead and eat. What does division do for us? An item you are carrying will divide each time you descend. Could eventually be useful, but since I have an erasure, I'm gonna go ahead and brand myself with wave. That'll, you can see the little wave there. Sometimes it'll do a ranged attack. Doesn't happen very frequently. Oh. As you can see, those guys like to explode. Okay, Thunder is a sword that has the Thunder property, but we already have a sword that has the Thunder property, so not gonna bother picking it up. Alright, Crypt Angel, let's go ahead and throw a couple bones its way, see if it gives us something good in exchange. Paralysis could be useful. Division is too niche, and it really depends on picking up good items. Oh, hey, these guys should be weak to thunder, and they are. Oh, Storm is rather funny. It blows you in a random direction. Now, one thing that's worth checking out is the enemies in this game are all based off of tarot cards. So, like the fish enemy, that's based off of the moon. The guys with the look like coffins with the big sickles, those are based off of death, and so on. I am not the best at identifying that stuff on the fly, so I would say just look it up. We don't need Thunder right now. Is this AD stronger than my current one? Nope, it's exactly the same, so gonna drop it. Alright, let's go ahead and identify this box. Nothing to identify. Contains a box. Okay. Magnificent. Contains powerful equipment. Well, it exploded. Says, in rare instances, it may explode. So, yeah, I guess I'll use that nutritive, which I wanted to save. The reason that I chanced it is because Magnificent, as its name implies, can contain a pretty good item. This guy, who's like kind of made of frogs and hammers, is the judge. And we've got another box. Details unknown. Double-edged. HP halved. But it contains a hugely powerful sword, so that's pretty good. It is a whole attack point better than what I currently have. I don't need to be carrying this many swords, so let's throw it. And I need to be careful. Going to absorb some health from that, then create a big bang. Okay. And I just need to find the exit. Really don't want to die. on this run because the first run through the tower is 13 floors. Stamina obtained. What? I'm gonna stick with lucky. Okay, good. We have some healing. Genius. Excellent. Glass, okay, recovers vitality. Descending or unequipping will cause it to break, so save those for basically the last floor, because they break as soon as you go down a level. Getting some kind of strange floor layouts on this session. Okay, we've got this jerk. Let's go ahead and hit him with lethargy. Slow him down a bit so he doesn't try to attack us. What does protection do? Raises defense against ice and fire. What it does for me is lets me max out my health and vitality. Parasitic, we want to get rid of this immediately, because it'll convert our other items into parasitic one by one, and that sucks because it can convert essential items as well. Okay, let's just see what's behind this wall. Oh, that sucks. Okay, this guy was chasing me. I don't want to use this now, but basically have to. So next time I find a Crypt Angel, I'm going to need to repair my coat. So, as is often the case, I should have just taken the exit from the get-go. Let's give this idiot a stomachache. Alright, these guys not too horrible since we got a Thunder Sword. We don't like patterns very much. They are double-edged swords, to say the least. Unfortunately, because we weren't able to turn off the furnace, these lower floors are going to be pretty annoying. Oh man. See, this would have been a much better spot to use carrion. What do I want to do? I want to get all the enemies into this room and then use paralysis, probably. Let's get rid of stamina. Let's infest. Let's infest eradication with ice. So we've got ourselves an ice sword. Okay, come on. Come on, I don't want you blocking any of that. Okay. So... paralysis. Now, sadly, there aren't a whole lot of roguelikes on Sega systems. There is Fatal Labyrinth on the Genesis, Dragon Crystal on the Master System, Toe Jam and Earl counts. And the Serene Wings I picked up are pretty good because they prevent lust and confusion, so that's going to be substantially more useful than the antitoxin at this point. I'm gonna start getting rid of stuff that I'm not using at the moment. These guys are funny. They can't do anything other than suck vitality from you. They get bigger as they do it, but they just stand there and let you kill them, and you can recover your lost vitality, so you can just think of them as free experience. Okay. Found the exit. We need to find Eliza on this floor. That's the one objective we have on this run through the nerve tower. And right off the bat, getting attacked by a guy. So even though the floors are randomly generated, you can have a pretty good idea of where things are. Like, Eliza's room will always be facing north in some capacity. Boy, more thunders, huh? I won't pop the nutritive yet. I'll wait until things are a little more dire. Hardy heart. Yes. The floors, the walls, the ceilings, the doors, they're all randomly generated. Okay, so we found the exit. That's good, but I don't want to take the exit yet. Okay, AD, that's great. What we're going to do is going to throw my current AD and completely miss the enemy. Pick up this AD, which is not deteriorated, and equip it. Okay. Probably not actually going to use Fallen Angel at any point. So let's throw a bone at this enemy. See if we can identify it. Grotesque got darkness. That's fantastic. So we can blind enemies with that. So we got some choices to make. Whoop. Let's explore west. Is that where we're going? No, we're going east. Let's try going the direction I should have gone in the first place. Okay. Oh boy. Well, we are just going to use Angelic on this guy because he's got a lot of health and can hit me with lethargy, which is pretty bad. All right. There's Alice, who's also a very important character, but we don't need to talk to her right now. But it's good that we found her because Alice is always in the room that is immediately preceding Eliza. Please leave. Nope. We walk through this wall, and then we talk to Eliza. She says, "Bring me pure water." And I don't know what that means just yet. But doesn't matter. We've got evacuation. We can immediately go to the exit and get jumped by these nerds. And this is the last floor. So what I'm gonna do is, we are going to use that nutritive right away. And we're gonna take a guess that where we want to go is over here. I'm going to go ahead and transfer this sword, Eradication, to the surface. Oh, and here's another sense sphere. I can do the same thing. Do I have anything else worthwhile? Distorted would probably be pretty good. All right. You know what? Let's just miss a couple times. Cool, we made it to the end here. There's Archangel. He's impaled on a sense sphere for reasons as yet unknown. I am going to transfer Convergence above, because that is a very powerful item. So yeah, Archangel wants me to enter the sense sphere and shoot God in the face. So we're on a Phantasy Star 2 battle sequence here. We're not actually going to shoot God in the face because that would be rude. Not gonna fire the Angelic Rifle. Don't go mad. We're gonna go mad. So, first loop through the Nerve Tower has been completed. We get a cutscene where, you know, we attempt to merge with God. And we have this super sensical cutscene. These are the player characters. So yeah, I will die so that my brother may live. And then, you know, the world kind of explodes, and we're back at the beginning. But there's one important change to the overworld. An NPC called Neck Thing has buried himself. And now that he's buried himself, we kill him, we purify him, and take his pure essence, and we give it to the Sentry Angel here. And now we are going to go get eaten by fish again. Yeah, seriously, you miss out on a lot by speed running this game. It's a very fun speed run, but definitely worth playing casually. Come on. I want to aggro this other fish as well, because many mouths make short work. Is that the phrase? Okay, so now that we turn around, we see that Sentry Angel has buried himself, and we can now enter this area that was previously inaccessible. We're in the laboratory. This guy's like, what the hell? And, oh, hey. These guys look a whole lot like me. Lockdown clone laboratory number 2. And our clone asks us to purify him, so we do. And he gives us our pure water, which is what Eliza was asking for. And then I disappeared into a sense sphere. And the stuff in brackets is our internal monologue. Our character is mute, by the way. That's another important thing. Well, I should say characters, because we've been playing as clones the entire time. Okay, let's get equipped here. Talk to the projection of Archangel again. He'll give us Angelic, but it is very important that we do not use Angelic on this run. So our first kind of objective floor is going to be floor 10. It's not strictly necessary. Well, it is necessary to the progression. Ooh, Heaven and Earth. Okay, it's powerful, but it misses a lot. The fact that it misses a lot means it's functionally useful. Even when you throw it at enemies, there's a chance it can miss, which is kind of funny. So right now, I basically just want to find exits as quickly as possible, since I've got decent gear. But let's spend a couple of these evacuations to see if Crypt Angel can give us something cool. Okay, it's magnificent. And it exploded again, like it always does. But early floors, not that dangerous, so I can deal with losing a bit of health, particularly since I've got Convergence, which is an excellent torturer. It sends all of the enemies on a floor, as well as all of the items, into the room that you're currently in. You might be thinking, that sounds really dangerous. Well, if you use it in combination with Carrion or Heart, you can kill every enemy on a floor in just 2 bits of menuing, which is extremely useful, particularly when we get to the lower floors, because on this run, we're going lower than floor 13, and it gets scary. Okay, we made a big circle here. Big ol' useless loop. Because we guessed wrong. Oh, and one thing, you may have noticed that all of the meat is named things like idiot, average, genius. That is referring to the intelligence of the clone that the meat is from. Yes, we have quite literally been engaging in cannibalism this entire time. So yeah, fun game. Real bright outlook on life. Only one way we can leave this room, so... Wow, we got a lot of bones, so let's gnaw on some bones. And consolidate our inventory a bit. That's much nicer. And if we find Eliza on this floor, that's actually good, because we can give her the pure water now, and that'll... Oh! That's bad. Yeah, stomachache is a straight debuff. It reduces your attack and defense by 1. And it can only be cured. I don't need cryosurgical. My current sword has the ice element. Okay. Cool. So we can go through the wall here. And give that with this, I'm able to birth our egg. See you in the depths. So I need to talk to Eliza on floor 12. Let's increase our maximum vitality. And I can just use evacuation here, get back to the exit quickly. There were 13 floors on the first nerve tower. There are 21 floors in this hopefully last visit. There's always a possibility that I die and would have to start over, and that would be unfortunate. I would definitely have to call it a DNF at that point, but we're not there yet. You know what? I'm just gonna... No damage because it missed. Oh. Nope. You shan't be hitting me with your poo gas today. Already have an ice weapon, so that's not going to be useful. Okay, uncomfortable is not a good coat. Let's go ahead and run from these enemies. Okay, once again... Oh, half is actually quite a good torturer, so... Let's get rid of some stuff that we're not going to use. Pick that up. That will kill just half of the enemies in a room. And let's see if we can bait out this plump one here. And got a couple of them. They take up a lot of space. Oh geez. How many of them are there? Okay. Gonna take a gamble on this flesh here. Haven't attacked this one yet, so heal won't have any negative effects. Yeah, you really don't want to get sandwiched between two enemies, because that's a bad time. Uncomfortable is a useless coat, so I'm going to get rid of it ASAP. I mean, it's not useless, it just makes your vitality deplete quicker, which is not terrible in normal contexts, because when you fight enemies, you get your vitality back when you kill them, but in a speedrun situation where the idea is to not fight a lot of enemies, your vitality is a little bit more precious, so you don't want to waste it. Oh, hey. Excellent. Oh, and there's a recovery DX here and ID. Okay, so... Recovery DX. We'll heal our stomachache and up our stats. ID will identify any item it infests, which is excellent. Let's go ahead and brand ourselves with explosive for now, because if I find something better, I can just erase it. And this bone, details unknown. Let's get something in return for it. Some fruit, which is actually a heart. You eat the heart to replenish vitality. Assault is very good because it increases the damage output of our sword. So excellent. Good fourth floor. And since we got a few seeds... Oh! Let's go ahead and eat some seeds as a pastime activity. Increase our maximum vitality. And slightly boost our health. I'm not too worried about health right now because I have a nutritive, which is a full heal. Dude, that's a fucking sick brand. So I just do an area of effect explosion on occasion when I get hit. That's going to be useful in the lower floors. Okay, let's get out of here. I did not like the look of that room. Okay, Alice is going to be important, but not yet. There are a couple things that we need to do before we talk to her. But Alice and Eliza are very closely related. Very important characters. This is the new Night Trap, basically. What else could I throw at this guy that would be funny? This game does have some pretty sick FMVs in it, but I don't think any of them nearly match the brilliance of Night Trap. Walking is going to be great on lower floors because it just sends you to a random room, which could very well be the exit. So if you want to go really fast, you're just rolling the dice that way. Okay. Can't believe Smell You Later replaced Goodbye. In memory of a tree. Twin is a box that will only open up if you have another twin in your inventory. The likelihood of that happening is super low. So I think I'm just going to get rid of it. Let's just throw it at this jackass, and let's see what this bone is. Okay, that one is rotten. See, ideally I would want Thunder going up against Death here. But my sword is strong enough that it Didn't take too many hits. I'm probably going to regret picking this direction because there can't really be a whole lot. Okay. Wings. Details unknown. There aren't any bad wings per se, but I'm still not going to risk it because if they're just mediocre but they have the adhesive property, I won't be able to take them off. And that would be a not so fun time. Interesting floor layout. I didn't expect it to veer off in this direction. Oh, a temporary refund adjustment? I like the sound of that. Hey, I actually guessed right. And Assault are some fantastic wings. Raise our attack by 2. Starting to get some pretty beefy attack rating here. Seed not obtained. We can fix that. Okay. Let's give this a go. What kind of brand are you? Hopefully we'll be able to identify it. This is probably going to be a great big loop. Let's blaze it. Yep. Way to guess wrong. What floor am I on, by the way? 9. The next floor is important. Amazingly, the exit was in the last place I looked. Oh, yikes. Yikes. Okay, let's use half. Wave. We're not going to use wave. Okay, so these lower floors are now frozen, which means that the meat and the seeds that we find down here will not be rotten. That is a huge, huge quality of life improvement. But there are occasionally frozen walls and stuff. An unidentified torturer. That could be good or bad. Most torturers are pretty good. Okay. I don't want to use the exit yet. But hopefully... let's just throw those. Get this guy out of our face. No, okay. So we'll try using walking. Which just transferred us to the previous room, which is not great, but saved a little bit of time. The character that we are looking for is elsewhere, and we're just going to... Oh, walking has no effect when you're in the exit room, that's right. Well, this is fine. We're not going to have to deal with any of these enemies that we're passing because I can just use evacuation to get back to the exit. Blast, I'm not going to open because that's basically a guaranteed explosion. All right, here we go. This is Guardian Angel. She helped Archangel advance his evil plans and is feeling guilty about it, and she wants you to stop him. And if you give her the angelic rifle, which we now know is bad because its bullets are made out of these things called littles, and we'll meet them later. But she gives us recovery DX in exchange for it. Cultivation doesn't really do anything, so you can just inject it for some free health and vitality. And let's go ahead and use evacuation and head to the exit. Next thing we gotta do is get to floor 12 and talk to Eliza. Hopefully we find the exit quick. I am not feeling particularly optimistic about this direction, but if we end up in a dead end, we can use the walking bone. Assault. Excellent worm. And this silly, harmless lad is going down. These guys are annoying because they don't move until you aggro them. They can paralyze you, which is not good. You can still attack while you're paralyzed, so it's not the worst thing in the world, but not being able to move, not great. Don't want to get hit by that purple mist, because purple means paralysis. Oh boy. These guys suck. So I'm just gonna... try to take him out. Oh boy. Nutritive. Those are the tankiest enemies in the game. They've got a ludicrous amount of HP and they can do a lot of damage. So unless you have something that can kill them in one shot, like the Angelic, which we no longer have and couldn't use in the first place on this run, or a bone like Rotten, which turns enemies into rotten meat, that's also very useful. This is a very interesting floor layout. You don't normally see these types of rooms particularly often. Alright. We did not aggro the Hanging Man. That's good. This one, on the other hand, is definitely gonna aggro on us. Oh boy. Okay. Let's go ahead. Do what we can to eliminate that guy quickly. Yeah, this has been a terrible floor layout. Hopefully floor 12 will be nicer here. If we're very lucky, we'll find Alice and Eliza right away. Ooh, Trident is a pretty good brand, but I think I'm going to stick with Explosive. Trident will occasionally split your sword into 3 swords. Alright, found the exit, so that's excellent. We'll be able to evacuate to here. Evolution, gonna use that immediately for the free level up. What does Prosperity do? Prevents boxes from exploding. That's so niche that not even gonna bother with it. Guillotine. I wish it were not decayed, because Guillotine is a pretty awesome, fast attacking sword. But we're just gonna throw it at that jerk. Gonna throw all the stuff we're not gonna use at him. Hope this is a nutritive. Girder. Okay, let's multiply our bones. Just gonna gnaw on a bunch of experience to get back up to full health here. Let's Game looks sus. It's kind of a sus game, not gonna lie. There's Alice, which means Eliza's nearby. And of course we got one jerk who's got to ruin everything. Explosive fire damage, slow attack speed. We don't want slow attack speed, so we're just gonna throw it and hit this guy until he explodes. All right. Eliza. So, time for some more exposition. Basically, in this cutscene we're about to read, you learn that when you were born, you were actually born as conjoined twins. And your brother had to be surgically removed from you and did not survive the process. So you've got survivor's guilt about that. This group of people called the Coriel decided that they wanted you to merge with God because they were like, oh, it'll be successful because he was already, part of somebody else at some point in his life. But basically what happened is that didn't go so well. You had that, the flashback we saw earlier, the cutscene about, I will die in my brother's place, yada yada. And yeah, bad things happened. God also took your voice in the process, but gave you the ability to purify the grotesques, which are the enemies we've been fighting. That's why when we destroy them, they leave behind their little crystal, which raises our vitality. And again, this is like speedrunning the lore, which is very, very deep in this game. Definitely recommend checking out nerftower.neocities.org in order to basically learn more about the game. Let's get straight to the exit here. Next thing we gotta do is get to floor 15. And there we will find the Littles, who are very important. Oh, good. We love this enemy. This enemy is basically our friend. And a quick exit. Thank you for being merciful, game. I appreciate it. Alright. Stomachache is kind of mid. I mean, it's a debuff for enemies, but not a spectacular one. Okay, what kind of box do we have here? Music is great. So if you open it when you're at less than a third HP, you're Gucci. We're gonna get rid of this unidentified box. Oh boy. This enemy is awful. This is the Lovers. It likes to grab you and hold you in place and do a lot of damage. We're going to try to go around it, but it likes to... Oh! Okay, get out of our face, please. Just need you to... it really wants to block our path, so we gotta fight it, unfortunately. That wasn't too bad. The Magician card... it's fine. It likes to teleport behind you, which is actually really useful because most of the time you just want to run away from it. Okay. Ooh. Let's throw this. Debuff that enemy. Do some damage. Run around it. Nope, nope, it's going to grab us. Please die. Thank you. Okay, since this way is not blocked by an enemy, we'll check it out first. Bad decision. That's what I love about roguelikes, is they just screw you over all the time. Okay, then should be able to do that without aggroing. The sun. To hell with the sun. Likes to act like an facehugger from Alien. And if it does that, oh, okay, I want to get away from it as quickly as possible. Because if you touch it after you, it hugs your face, you get lethargy, which slows down your movement speed by 50%. And that sucks. It's a bad time. Okay. Got a useless NPC here. I mean, he's good for some lore, but what I really want is to find the exit. And what I really want is for this horrible monstrosity to stop blocking the door. Think you could do that for me? Nope. I saw purple and got excited, but nope. It's just some background scenery. And oh boy, the sun again. Okay, just back away from it while strafing. Get out of its range so we don't get affected by lethargy. And oh yeah, that's one of the littles, you know, tiny little insect-like beings, look like angels. They are the ammunition for the angelic rifle, and they are made out of God's pain, basically. So yeah, they were Archangel was basically like, yeah, so what if we torture God and... Oh, okay. We're going to use music now. Get a full heal. But yeah, what if we torture God and made bullets out of its pure pain and shot God with the bullets? That'd be cool, right? And basically Archangel thinks that if he does that, then he will become God or something. There are some flaws in his plan. Okay. So distorted, let's see here. Let's infest Distorted with Chaos. And now I'm covered for Confusion as well. Okay. So on floor 15 here, we want to find the Littles, which will be in a room to the north. The entrance to the room always faces south, so you just go north, find it. So now we have got to purify the Littles to release them from their suffering. And once we give this the Littles crystal to Alice, God's ability to feel pain will be restored. Which is important because, okay, when we gave our pure water to Eliza, that restored God's ability to fix damage, and the pain will give it the ability to identify damage. And with those two things, it will be able to repair the distorted world. At least that's the plan. So basically, Eliza and Alice are two separate aspects of God. And excellent. We are on floor 16. We just need to find Alice and give the Littles to her. I should make sure that it's in my inventory. It still is. That is good. So what I love about the lore of this game is it's like a bunch of Japanese developers read the Cliff Notes version of Kabbalah and like Hermeticism and, you know, occultism, magic, you know, magic with a K, all that. And we're like, yeah, this is all really cool. What if we made it like more anime? Oh, this sucks. If you get trapped by that enemy facing an angle where you can't do anything about it. Okay, exit. That's good. We don't want to use it just yet. You know what? Let's start using torturers. Arching is annoying because you hear that cat every once in a while. That attracts enemies to you. Okay, excellent. So here's Alice. We give her the Littles. I feel horrible. Yeah, I just restored your ability to feel pain. Don't worry, it's for the greater good. Let's just use evacuation, get back to the exit. And now we have completed all of our objectives. We just need to get to the end. We need to get through floor 21. And that is likely going to be difficult. Because there are a lot of powerful enemies on these lower floors. And I am rather severely underleveled because it's speedrun. Those tank guys are especially nasty. They're pretty slow, you can avoid them fairly easily, but they pack a wallop. I feel horrible. You're welcome. My work here is done. I really wish I had like an invincibility brand or something. Okay. The absolute best brand in the game, the one that you really want more than anything is ID, because it automatically identifies all items you pick up, and not having to guess is phenomenal. Okay. Please give me... don't move out of the way. Okay, whatever. Increase my vitality. Alright, what kind of... Okay, this is... Okay, secretion is fine. It's just, like, free health, basically. Damn, Anonymous is pretty good, huh? What I really want to find, though, is a heart or carrion torture. Ooh, Comet's good. Comet basically maxes out your attack speed, but I think Assault might still be better. Oh, but I do have... I wish I had another worm, because then I could infest myself with that worm, then use Resurrection on Assault, then combine it with Comet, and that would be sick. But no such luck. I'm just hoping for quick exits. Oh, let's see, if I were an exit, where would I be? Probably not south. I might regret this, but we're gonna go east. Okay. At least this floor hasn't been jam-packed with the enemies. Okay. This is a dead end, but get some flesh. Having healing is never a bad thing. Can I please squeeze around you, sir? Ha! Your darkness does nothing. Just like the goggles. And with any luck, this guy will just teleport behind us so I can move on. Thank you. No, I want to go south. I'm sure, thanks to that death early on in the run, that we are, like, way overestimate, but that's okay. Hopefully we're all having a good time. I'm gonna head west here. Septic could be useful. That poisons all of the enemies in a room. And here we have the exit. Fantastic. 3 more floors. Okay, let's try this direction. I... Is there anything behind you? Okay. That enemy is terrifying if you can be confused. And confusion is awful because it changes your directional inputs into random inputs. So if you get confused, you're basically screwed. Oh, this guy. He forms ice spears and throws them at you, which is pretty annoying. Let me get him out in the open here so I can go around him. And I really, really hope the exit is this way. Because otherwise it is going to be a troublesome journey back the way we came. And fortunately it was just a great big loop around, so no harm, no foul. Dead end, though. If you pick up this game, you're gonna run into a lot of dead ends. Most of the time, not too bad, though. All right, let's try this direction, see what happens. What's gonna happen is it's gonna turn out I should have gone east in the starting room instead of south. Nope, exit's right here. Thank you, game. 2 more floors. And we start off with a nutritive, and there's only one way we can go. This is promising. What kind of sword are you? Comet? Nah, we don't need it. But this asshole. Excellent! That is super, super good. I'm glad to have a one-hit kill in my inventory. And the exit, oh my god. We're not going to pick up this injection. We are going to proceed. We're going to continue. And what do we have here? Let's go ahead. Get rid of you. This layout's good so far. ID? Okay. We are going to drop that. Identify. And wait, what? Okay. I heard Discords pop up and I was very confused for a second. It's like, am I not in the right channel? That would be bad. Okay. Let's get to it. Oh yeah, I want to use the nutritive. Actually, I want to use genius. And oh my god, we did it. Are you the original? I don't know, maybe. Yep, I don't have the angelic rifle, so I can't shoot God in the face with God's pain. I'm gonna go hug her. And that is time. Holy crap, that was rough. Okay, so basically in this end sequence, you merge with God and decide, you know what, the world's not that messed up after all. I'm just gonna let it be, because trying to fix the world is what broke the world in the first place, so it's all good. Thank you for the GGs, everyone. That was rough. It's always entertaining with this game because it is like the least marathon safe game that you can have, because everything about it is random. The map is random, the items are random, the enemy placements. Like, there is no good way of predicting how long it's going to take or whether it's going to be finishable at all. Yeah, what did the final time end up being? I know it's way overestimate, but the important thing is Archangel's plans failed, and he gets to spend the rest of his existence impaled on a spike, which is pretty rad, pretty metal. But yeah, the ending sequence is really cool, but it's long, and we're, okay, 1 hour 54, 13. Yeah, we're way over time, so just, Esta, whenever you're ready, I'll let you kick us over to BRB and get the next runner set up. This has been a lot of fun. Really enjoy getting to show off this game. We got a lot of really cool Sega runs coming up next, so keep watching SEGATHON 7.